Imagine thinking that you're doing this awesome job of saving money, but the whole time you're actually losing money while trying to save money. I kind of related to you doing everything that the financial experts say. They say that when you get a job that you want to enroll in your employer 401k or whatever retirement plan that they have, then you want to contribute money and get the match. But then you do all of those things that the experts say, but then you turn around and invest the money in cash. It's like you missed a step. You did everything right, but you put the money in cash. So I have an emergency fund and I have a miscellaneous cash fund. Obviously, the emergency fund is for money that if something goes bad with me or my wife and we need income to live off of, then we tap that emergency fund. Thank God, nothing like that has ever happened. Now, the miscellaneous fund is for like budget overflows or pop-up items that happen that the regular budget doesn't cover. So, we tap into that account. Now, luckily for me, because, I work, my wife works, and also have, real estate income coming in, is that I don't have to tap my emergency fund. And I went a number of years without having to ever touch the miscellaneous pop-up fund. So I had money that was kind of growing in both of these accounts. So I started my emergency fund at just a local bank here in my town. And when I say local bank, I'm talking about bank of my city name. It's the only branch. And it reminds you of like the bank that when you walk into, you expect to see like Mr. Potter or somebody from It's a Wonderful Life, which is a great movie, by the way. But that's how old school this bank is. So I opened up the savings account and I would have a portion of my check deposited into the account every pay period. And I just kind of let that roll over a number of years. And also, as I started to, get raises and stuff on my job, I started diverting part of those raises to a savings account at a local credit union. And over time, that money started to build up as well. But the problem with that is that those were just regular savings accounts. And I was earning 0.1 to 0.2% from those accounts. So I was doing the right thing by saving the money for the emergency fund and also saving money in the pop-up or miscellaneous account. But I missed a crucial step. I wasn't looking at the potential earnings of the money just sitting there. So that means I missed out on a lot of money over the years, because if you just take, for example, $100,000, let's just say that the money in those accounts got to that amount, and you were earning between 3 to 4%, so let's just say 3.5%. That means that you're earning $3,500 a year just for the money sitting there. I mean, it's not like you're using it. So wouldn't that be much better than earning 0.1 to 0.2%? Because if you take that same $100,000 that's sitting in those regular savings accounts, and let's just say I'm earning 0.2%, I earned a whopping $200 for the year. Now, which one would you rather have? The $3,500 or the $200? Because the money's just sitting in an account either way. That's why I say that you can be doing something good. You can be doing a lot of things right, but you can still be hustling backwards. And that's what I was doing, because quite honestly, I was lazy. I had set up the accounts, had the money set up on automatic deposit, and I thought I was done. But I wasn't watching my money, and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and it cost me some money in the end. And the crazy thing is that me and my wife had a third savings account where we saved money each month for our tax bill for the coming year. So every now and then that account would get up to about $14,000. If we had simply invested that money into a high yield savings account, well, I won't even say invest. If we had just saved that money into a high yield savings account, then instead of earning, 0.1%, 0.2%, we could have been earning between 3 and 4% over that year. Now, which one would you rather have? Would you rather have the 0.1 to 0.2% on $14,000 or the 3% to 4% on $14,000? So what did I do to finally stop this nonsense? Well, I had seen a few videos on YouTube about high yield savings account, and I'll admit that at first I didn't pay much attention to them. I just thought it was just, some stuff that somebody was trying to sell. But eventually I looked into it and I started searching online for institutions that offered high yield savings accounts, because I had particular things that I was looking for. In addition to, high interest rate, there were some other things that were very important to me. Number one, it had to be an institution that I was familiar with the name, because I saw some of the institutions that had a higher interest rate, but I just never heard of those banks or whatever they were. So I was kind of leery about, dumping my money into those. And I also would like for them to have a physical location in case I ever really had to need to go to one of the branches. I also wanted them to have like ATMs and have an online platform where I could easily move money in, move money out. So those were things I was looking for in addition to having a high interest rate. So I ended up settling on the Capital One 360 Performance High Yield Savings Account. Now, that may not be the account for you, but I was familiar with Capital One because obviously I have a Capital One Sparks business credit card, as well as I had a savings account with Capital One. It was a very small amount of money in it, so I moved this money over to the 360 Performance Savings Account, which created that account, and I was able to start moving money from the other accounts like the emergency fund as well as the miscellaneous pop-up fund into the new high yield savings account, and immediately started earning a higher interest. And I could actually see the difference because I look at it every couple of months and I'll see like, man, like every month of this money sitting here, I'm getting X amount of dollars added to it. And it's like crazy to me because I'm so used to just seeing like in my quarterly statement from the credit union or from my savings account at the local bank, just being like, a few dollars here and a few dollars there. So it was dramatic to see the difference in the interest rate. Now, here's the crazy thing. Imagine if I had done that 5 years ago, I'd be much further ahead, because using that example again of, if the account got to $100,000 and I'm making between, 3% to 4%. So let's just use 3.5%. That's $3,500 a year that I'm earning in interest just for the money sitting there. Now you can see why I was saying that I was hustling backwards. But I guess when you know better, you do better. So D, why are you telling us this? Well, it's because I don't want you to be lazy like me, and I don't want you to make mistakes like me. I want you to get money. So that's why I'm saying that I highly recommend that if you have a significant sum of money sitting in just a regular savings account that's like for your emergency fund or something like that, man, go look for a high yield savings account so that you can start, earning more interest on that money. Also, if there's any other bucket of money that you have where you're not going to be accessing it or using it for like the next year, I would put that money in a high yield savings account too, because it's better to earn that additional interest for that year than to just let it sit there and earn that 0.1 or 0.2%. Now, I want to be really clear. This is not a retirement fund vehicle or any other investment strategy vehicle. So this is just for saving money that you're not going to touch. There are other vehicles and other strategies for your long-term retirement or just other opportunities to invest in and grow your money. So I just wanted to share this info with you because I like to see everybody get coins, save coins, and make more coins. Sometimes it can be the simplest things that we're overlooking in this big world of all these advanced strategies of making money and saving money and growing money. And for me, it was just simple as taking money that was sitting in an account and put it in a high yield savings account. Now that I told you what I know, you know better, so I expect you to do better. That's all I have for you in this video. If you found something of value in this video, please like and share. In the meantime, take care and be safe out here in these social media streets.